Day 12 of training camp open to the public and the media. Sorry, I'm a little late. I will tell you why after this. What is up, fans? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday. We are trugging along. Miami Dolphins have practice tomorrow. It's closed to the public. Then they have the joint practice on Friday. Apparently, we will hear from Mike McDaniel on Friday again. Get a little bit of update on why Tyreek Hill wasn't at practice today. Spoiler for that, Tyreek wasn't at practice today. And then we finally get our first preseason game on Sunday, 1 p.m. I will be live for that. Real quick update. First off, I got a package today. So we're going to open this at the end of the video. So if you want to see what did you get in that package, you got to watch till the end of the video. And if you're listening to the podcast, again, boop, go check out the podcast. If you want to see, I'll try to explain it, but if you want to see what I got, go subscribe to the channel. Late video. Normally my videos for these come out around like 3-ish, 2-ish, 3-ish. I was at my future son's, he's not here yet, 21-week ultrasound. Took a little longer than usual, but he's a cutie. Supposedly he's big. They keep saying, oh, he's got long legs. Oh, he's got this. Again, I'm 6'5", so feel bad for my wife. So little presser from Mike McDaniel started off talking about Andrew Meyer. He said he's had a great camp, really stepped up his game, will be out weeks. One of the top performers, which isn't great because, again, our center was banged up and now our backup is banged up. Jason Marshall Jr. will practice some today. He said we have a measured approach for him. Ingold remains in concussion protocol. Talking about Patrick Paul, he says, like a lot of people, he's out to prove something, but he understands the connectivity of the work and the results, not chasing the results, but chasing the work. Mike McDaniel called Darren Waller's situation tricky because you don't want to bring a player back for a joint practice as his first, which means you probably won't see Darren Waller maybe until next week, because I assume they will have their own practice on the 12th. I don't know. That's, again, like you said, it's tricky. Mike McDaniel says he thinks Zach Wilson play has caught the attention of his teammates, which is awesome. Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel won't decide on whether starters will play in the preseason opener until after the joint practice with the Bears. So we won't know much about that until then. Malik Washington is your orange jersey for today. No love for my man, Willie Gay Jr. Maybe one day. I said this on Twitter, but this is the last practice, open practice, for the fans until the 19th. So, and I will be there the 20th and the 21st. So, again, I am campaigning to try to get one of those fan orange jerseys. Imagine I get that at the same time he gets it. Interesting. Jack Jones looks the part as a gunner. Saw him split the two-man jam and then outrun everyone to the return. You're going to hear a lot of Travis Wingfield from today. Man articulates like no one else's business. It appears Hill didn't go through the entire practice Tuesday, a day when vets such as Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb operate on limited snaps. Again, we don't know why, but Tyreek Hill's not there. I know some people will speculate on why and say, is it about a trade? Is it about this? Is it about that? I don't know. Honestly, I have nothing to tell you right now. I don't know. I still don't have an update on Sealer's contract either. Apparently, Spot Track has the Dolphins paying Hilton and Jack Jones like around $1 to $2 million. So, again, when I get full cap detail, I will let you guys know. And then we got a little one-on-ones. Taj Washington beats Storm Duck down the field on one-on-ones. Ethan Bonner with a pass breakup, blanketing Eric Isukama. Then we have Mike Hilton runs the route for Eric Isukama when he broke that ball up. Washington gets just a step on B.J. Adams, and the ball is perfect from Zach Wilson as Malik tracks it over his shoulder with quiet hands. Again, Travis Wingfield. Ethan Bonner nearly got a pick on an outbreak on Eric Isukama. Reroutes him, challenge up to the stem, but can't quite make the catch. We got Chop wins one-on-ones versus Patrick Paul, which is nice to hear, but also, from what I'm hearing, it's a back and forth between Paul and Chop. So Paul wins a rematch again. Just said that. James Phillips had my favorite rep of one-on-one rush period. He went down to the middle on Larry Borum through the chest, shocked and extended him, then disengaged, ran right out the outside. Jonah, our anchor, is fun and kind of comical to watch. Benito Jones tried to bull rush him, and Jonah looked relatively unbothered, entirely unmoved. That's against a powerful, powerful man he's locking out. Love to hear that. Team period starts the way it seems to most days with Jordan Brooks' run stuff. Steeler did a great job riding the way out wide on an Achane run, but Devon Achane made a quick cut. Man is fast. His first two passes are throwaways. Corners are challenging the receivers and doing a good job of funneling them to help. Again, great to hear this from the corners, especially because we know what our offense and our wide receivers can do. And also good to hear that Tua is throwing the ball away instead of trying to do too much. Again, we need him to stay healthy. Tua dots up Achane on a 25-yard throw to the sideline. Looks like a catch, but here comes Ethan Bonner from out of nowhere to jar it free. Madison looks like has another of his explosive runs wide, but Patrick McMorris comes from the depth and thumps him. Nice to see. Jack Jones gets a knockout on the wide receiver as the forced defender on a wild run. A couple of fine run stops by Willie Gay and Channing Tindall on back-to-back runs. Nice to hear Channing Tindall's name pop up. Bradley Chubb gets kicked out on the initial surge, but stains back inside and tags off in the line of scrimmage. Ewers making a sweet throw rolling right off of play action. I can't wait for Sunday. I want to see, like, I don't expect, and again, I'll talk about this Saturday, I don't expect to see Tua, but I'm really interested to see what Ewers and Zach Wilson can do. I'm very happy to see that. Cameron Good has a sack working on Ryan Hayes, but Ewers stays with it, stepping up and driving one to Baldwin for 15 yards downfield. Ethan Bonner just forced an incompletion. Running back Devon Achane thought he had the catch, but Bonner came in last second, ripped it out. There you go, Ethan. Been relatively quiet so far. Waddle gets open to the corner on a crisp route, but it looked like Tua double clutched off the original hitch. Still decided to throw, but the time he had with Waddle was off. Continue to be really impressed with Ewers. This is from Barry Jackson. There's something there, and you saw the potential with how he played in a dominant win in Ann Arbor last year. He has very good chemistry with Theo Weiss Jr., among others. Benito Jones can really eat up some space on the run up the middles. This is from Travis Wingfield. He says, Tua sharp on the throw over the middle off a quick fake as Waddle gets a step on Duck, and it's out of the gates. I lost track of this like 8 days, but I'm 99% sure Chop has had a sack every day in teams. Wilson had all day to throw, finding Eric Uzakama for a gain of about 40. Willie Gay again breaks up through for a would-be practice sack. Estridge with an aerobatic diving one-handed catch 20 yards up the sideline from Wilson. I'm hearing good things about the Estridge. Keon Smith puts the clamps on Derek McLendon. Rush with great finish. Ethan Robinson was one step away from a pick six on a Quinn Ewers throw. Wilson found D. Estridge. I already read that. Minka times up his run well and sacks Tua on the first play of the 2-minute drill. Tua finds Connor on the ensuing 3rd and 17, but was short of the sticks. Corners coach Matthew is very pleased with what he saw. I am very pleased. Again, I know what I'm getting out of the offense. I want to see what these corners can do. Willie Gay comes clean on a blitz who sacks Wilson. Jordan Colbert is having a strong, good camp. He had a pass breakup in coverage. Pat Paul gets out on Ethan Bonner on a quick throw to Waddle, but Ethan Bonner ducks around the block and cuts down Waddle. Nice little screens I'm hearing. Jordan Brooks with a decleating hit on Julian Hill. He gets up barking for the rest of the defense. Huge season looking for Brooks, man. I see him getting a contract extension if his play continues during the season. He's not a guy that needs one right now like Sealer, but I do see it happening in his future. Now they high-low Bonner, but his read is out perfectly and cuts down Achane on a short throw. Love hearing that. Chop resets the line of scrimmage, cuts down a wide run from Jalen Wright. Good strength at the point of attack. Kendall Sheffield has a pick. He's all over Taj Washington. Wilson throws a little bit of a fade up the sideline as he's hot with the rush. Sheffield gets his hands on it. Jack Jones and Ifatu Melafanu try to cut down Westbrook on a quick pop from Tua. Jones punched the ball right as Westbrook caught it, but he held on. Nice Westbrook. I'm telling you, Travis Wingfield is very articulate, but trying to read it is my dyslexic brain. Kenneth Grant resets the line inside. Jalen Phillips collapses the backside on stuff on an H-hand run. Alexander Madison is having the type of camp that is impossible to ignore, which I love to hear. We need that big body guy. Wilson's best throw of the day coming on the run, throwing across his body 25 yards down the field to Ezukama, who makes the diving catch on the sideline. H-hand looks like he has the wide lane, but Mika comes flying down to turn him back inside. Mika is all... This whole thing of like Mika's, not good anymore and, he's not the same guy. Mika's out here to shut people up. Tua heating up with a couple of quick pops to Waddle. The way Tua gets the ball out off play fakes and eyes in different locations is a nuance that I quite frankly really enjoy watching. That's from Travis Wingfield. That was surgical Doug drive by Tua, took them 50 yards down for the score, one completion after another. Mo Kamar with an awesome rep splitting the tackles and guard. Jack Jones having a diving pass breakup on a Ewers throw to Rucci. Another Jack Jones win. Ewers tries Weiss in the back of the end zone. Final play of practice, 4th and goal from the 8. Quinn Ewers in. He throws to the end zone for an open Theo Weiss, but a little too far up the field, and Weiss has 1 foot well out of bounds. And that is practice for today. Again, I like hearing the defense and especially the secondary being so aggressive. Because again, I will say this again and again and again, we know what we're getting out of the offense is a big fat question mark in that secondary. And from what I'm hearing, the secondary is actually playing really well. Let's see if that continues. So we get a little Patrick Ball, a little Tua, a little intermingling. Tua, what does he say here? I was thinking about this at practice. So as every summer, it seems like we're calling out a lot of sacks every day. So I was thinking there's no specific game plan, and most of the dropbacks are true dropbacks, unlike what you've seen in the game. Tua mentioned this in his presser. He says the front 5 is doing a great job, but it's only going to get better when they start game planning. Interesting. So they're not really game planning here. It's more just trying to learn and figure it out. Derek McClendon, this is from Alan Poupart. He said, Derek McClendon will maybe have maybe the quote of the Dolphins camp, I'm an edge setter and a quarterback go-getter. 2 on joint practice with Chicago. We're pretty excited. I think our defense is pretty excited as well. We have a lot of chirping going on. I know those guys are hungry to see the ball more because I'm for sure wasn't letting them see the ball this training camp. Little dig in there, a little throw in of the dirt. Which again, I'm excited because we're seeing them face themselves. So it's the whole like, why is this happening? Is it because one is better and one is worse? Now we really get to see with the joint practice on Friday. Tua on his journey in the NFL so far, a lot of ups and downs, but a lot of growth, a lot of perspective through the struggles and challenges. You become more grateful for things you have and where you are and who you become. Tua on Quinn Ewers, he says he likes how calm he is throughout everything. He's cool, calm, collected. You could appreciate that as a veteran. I'm going to see if I can find if the Miami Dolphins put out any footage themselves, because I didn't get any footage from anybody else. So let's see here. We got some stuff. We have this here. This is, looks like a pass play. I don't know who number 7 is, but here, we'll take a look at it. Oh, that's Washington. He changed his number? He caught that. He caught that and got his feet in. Planted his foot. That's Taj Washington. So I was going to say. That's not Malik, because Malik's not number 7. Interesting. Great play there. And then we have a Quinn. I think this is Wilson pass. Man, look at him. All right, we'll watch it. I'll play it and then a little, and then a whoop. Oh, what a catch from D. Estridge. Holy crap. Here's my thing about this. He is looking forever. Kind of wanted it like here. D. Estridge bailed out Wilson on this throw. Holy crap, Oli. That was a bad throw from Zach Wilson. Yeah, that's all I got for you. Sorry, guys and girls. Orange jersey of the Malik 6. All right. That's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, for me, it was again another defensive day. We had some nice little plays here and there, but I liked hearing the corners being able to hold their own, not all, Doug. But yeah, that's what we got. Again, practice tomorrow. Let's open this package. Let's see what it is. It is a t-shirt. So it says Dad Bods, Dad Jokes, Dad Shirt. And this shirt comes from Derek Love. And he has an Etsy where you can get that off of. I don't know if he told me the name of his Etsy. I think you could just look up Derek Love. But love the shirt. No pun intended. Go check it out. Check it. I think you just look him up on Etsy if you want to grab one of your shirts. He also has a shirt that looks like this. Let's see if like this. So if you want to grab yourself one, go check out his Etsy. Shout out to Derek Love. DERRICK. That's how you spell Derek, his name. DERRICK, Love, LOVE. Go find him on Etsy. Go grab yourself a shirt. Great stuff. But I'll see you guys tomorrow with another practice. Again, it'll be like yesterday where it's not as in-depth play-by-play, but we still get some information. And then we have joint practice. Then we have the preseason game on Sunday. So you also get a video Saturday previewing the game, and maybe I'll talk about the unofficial depth chart tomorrow, Saturday, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But comment below, and I'll see you tomorrow. But like usual, stay classy. My friends out.